Okay, so now we're going to do the fun work of measuring an EKG. So in the first video, we introduced the concept of EKG or ECG and how it works. We talked about where those stickers go. So white on the right, black on the left, smoke over fire, clouds over grass, and brown in the middle. We talked about kind of the inner workings of how a heart should function automatically. It's excitable, it conducts, and then it creates a contraction, right? So that's the goal. And then we talked about how the electricity travels from the SA node down through the AV node, bundle of His, down the bundle branches, and the Purkinje fibers. Okay, and we talked about how those show up with the P, the QRS, and the T. So now let's talk about measuring them, because things have a normal amount of time that they should take. So if you look at this, there's kind of a voltage on one axis and a duration of how long it takes on the other. And if I were to blow up, if you notice, one of these little squares, so if I were to take this square here, and I were to make it bigger, this is how it would look. So let's talk about these. And then if I were to take this little box here, this is how it would look. So you must know this. You must know that these more solid lines from one solid line to the other is 0.20 seconds. Okay, you have to know that length of time from left to right. And that one of these itsy bitsy boxes, as I call them, is 0.04 seconds. So you'll see that there's 5 boxes across, and that creates 0.20 seconds. And then an itsy bitsy box across is 0.04 seconds. Okay, so you must know that, commit that to memory, write that down so you don't forget, because we'll use that often. You will not forget. It's used all the time. Okay, so here is how it is, just as a review. We have this this harder edged box here, and that's 0.20 seconds. And then, so if I had something that was that zone of time, and then if I had an itsy bitsy box, that's 0.04 seconds. Okay, so let's talk about these, and you do need to know what a normal range of these is in order to interpret things correctly. So it's not like I'm going to go ask you this little bit of information, but you have to know this in order to interpret rhythms correctly. So the PR interval, which we talked about being from the beginning of the P to right at the beginning of the QRS, so this section here, that normally is 0.12 to 0.20 seconds. So this is my question to you. How many itsy bitsy boxes is that? So if an itsy bitsy box is 0.04 seconds, then this is 3 to 5 itsy bitsy boxes long. Okay, so if I were to measure that, that's how long it would be. Okay. Now the QRS complex, which is really from the start of this Q all the way to this end here, that normal is, so you can see it's thinner, is 0.04 to 0.10 seconds. Okay, so that's either 1 itsy bitsy box up to 2.5 itsy bitsy boxes. Okay, so that's a normal length of the QRS is 0.04 to 0.10 seconds, which is 1 itsy bitsy box up to 2.5 itsy bitsy boxes. And if you are confused, we'll go over this 100 times. Don't get lost. We will get through it. Okay, so let's look here. So we have our P, we got a QRS, our CPR interval, QRS, and our T. So that's a reminder. So let's talk about those. So let's decide which of these is a normal finding that the nurse documents. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to post this for you guys to respond. And I don't know if I'll give you the answer or not. I might just see how you do, and we'll talk about it in class. So which of these is normal finding? Is a PR interval of 0.16 seconds normal? Is a QRS interval of 0.12 seconds normal? Is a P wave that goes down like a valley or inverted, is that normal? Or is a T wave that goes down or inverted, is that normal? So I'll post this question on ACE, and I'll let you tell me what you think.